Hey everybody, this is Vex, and today's video I'm going to be making a map that was kind of requested. At least people have been going about it in a way with the questions I've been getting on Reddit, with the map posts that I've been making, mostly Star Wars maps, hence the music and the well, this image right here that you're seeing and the one above. I am going to make a map of the Star Destroyer bridge. I don't know if it's actually going to be used in my current Star Wars game, but I'd like to think that it will be eventually. So I'm going to go through my whole process that I've been using for the Star Wars maps that I've been making lately, with the exception of like the junkyard map, I think, and even the security offices map that I did. Those I kind of just did what I wanted. But the two ship maps, I definitely went into this level of like research. So first I looked for any kind of, Imperial Star Destroyer, cross section or anything. This is probably one of the best ones I found. I'm assuming this is from the visual guide to Starships of the Galaxy, which I actually have like back over there on my shelf. You can't even see it. It's the camera's angle's too close to my face. But I do actually have that, and I could probably go look. And I may after I go do that. This is another image I found. This, I don't know what this is from, but this shows like the command section is several floors with I'm guessing the actual bridge is like this little spot right here. And then I found two versions of this same map, which is what I'm going to primarily use as a basis for the map. And then I also found this one, and this one is interesting because it has a whole lot of similarities with this one. But there's a whole bunch of other like rooms and such back behind the bridge that we've never like seen in any kind of movie, or maybe in comic books. I don't know. I haven't read all the Star Wars comic books that are out there. What's interesting though is in almost all of these images there is this same like stairway that appears to, it says up, which makes me believe it means you go up this way. That's actually an arrow. And this one the arrow, you can start to see it, but again it's kind of a narrow little arrow, which means that you're going from the main corridor up the stairs into the security foyer and into the main bridge, which does actually fit with this image, the idea that there is like a stairway that goes up into the bridge area from like the rest of the command section, which also makes me think that because there's not a lot of images that show it, but there must be a way to get down into these areas, like the pits, and you never see it in the show. That maybe the turbo lift is the fast way down or up from there below, but I'd like to think that there's like a hallway that comes from this main corridor, maybe on both sides, and goes to those sections. And looking at this map, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a doorway. I think this is like it's a bulkhead that closes. Same thing here, and then probably here. These are like bulkheads that close, but they're open by default. So those are all details that I've kind of gleaned from these maps and these images that I have. I do want to note though, this is one of the official artwork things, and there is no real image that matches like where the command bridge is. It says command bridge and then it points to here, But that's like a boxy structure where I would be expecting something curved, like this. You know, this curved viewport that we have, like in the image right here. It's always kind of a curved section, and in this one we don't really have anything there. It's kind of a boxy section, if anything, that doesn't really match what I would expect. And what's funny is, for some reason in my mind, I always thought that the bridge was like down here somewhere in the front, or even like right in here. That always made more sense to me. That the bridge was, at least in my mind, before I started doing research. Although it does make, all of a sudden I'm remembering there is that scene in Empire Strikes, or not Empire, it's Return of the Jedi, when the A-Wing is going down and it crashes into the bridge, and the fire is up here in the, whatever you call this structure that sticks up out of the, I don't even know. What do they call that on a, like an aircraft carrier? Command area on aircraft carrier. Tower? Do they just call it the tower? I don't know. Not important. Well, so now that I know kind of what I'm going to do, I want to get some numbers. So I'm going to use this map, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, because we kind of need to know how big it's going to be. So if we assume that is 5 feet, like a standard 5-foot square, and then maybe this one is 10. Let's see. This is probably 10 feet wide then. So, see, and I like to make things bigger than maybe they actually are. Like, I actually think that would make more sense if it was 10 feet. Because I like to give characters space to really move around. So let's say this is actually 15 feet. So that's 3 squares. 2 more is 5. Let's make this 3 squares. So we're at 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. And then 3 more squares is 18. So if we give a square of space on either side, we're looking at a width of 20 for our map. So let's assume this is 10. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, I think about 26. So 26 by 20 is what I'm looking on the dimensions. If we're gonna build it in this layout, I guess. I don't know why, but in my head, like, I would want the forward area of the ship to be at the top. So I'm probably gonna, you know, like, flip this around so that at the top of the ship is where the windows are. That's not super important, but okay. So now that we've got that, I'm gonna quickly go through the assets that I have loaded in Dungeon Draft, because that's another question people have been asking. So I have the Cyberpunk apartments, car assets, and street assets from 2-minute tabletops. Let's see, what else do I have loaded? I have AOX, FX, clouds, and water. I probably don't need that. Fire and electricity, I have that on just in case I want to do something. I have the AP00 Sci-fi basics. I don't have the red planet one, but I may turn that one on. Nah, I don't think so. I do have the AP0. These are all from Captain Tom's, I believe, or Asset Forge. And I have the Starfinder one. I have colorable construction on from WTF Rhino. I have fences, walls, and paths also from WTF Rhino. I have Gnome Factory's colorable furniture and stairs, and his Cyberpunk City Streets, as well as the natural elevation one. Probably don't need that, but I have it on anyway. I have Gogot's Maps Smoke and Fire. I'm not sure why I have that one on, but I do. In fact, I'm going to turn that one off. I have JC Arcane Effects Sample Pack from JC Hunick, or is it J Chunick? I don't know. Krager's Shadow and Light Pack from Krager. LBS Sci-fi, or is it LB Sci-fi from Loshblatt? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I have the End Material Pack from North Village. I have Pipes from Magic Spook. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Shady Sacrifice from Val. Simple Paths by Cashalul, and I use those for like colored borders on things. Spiffy's Modern Day Assets. Spiffes. Okay, that's how you say it. Stained Glass Windows from Oluriel. All these names are killing me. Stairs Path from Rianstar. The Star Wars 5th Edition Asset Pack number 1 from The Wills 2020. That one's important. That's got a lot of the stuff that you're going to want. T23's Candles and Lanterns from Toblakai 23. And T23 Royal Furniture from Toblakai 23. And then you're going to see a bunch of stuff from Tiger Purr. I've got his auto shop, the bakery, the bar, fireplace, gears, library, modern basics, casino, commercial kitchen, commercial, electronics, modern home, medical, restaurant, rooftop, storage, streets, pipeworks, portals, Taylor, vehicles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have a set of stuff that I've made on my own, which is mostly 2-minute tabletop assets that I made colorable. So, if you'll remember, we said we wanted a height, width of 20, that's right, and a height of, I believe I said 26. And we are not going to start with the map wizard. And if you're wondering why my video looks the way it does and why I have this this image at the bottom, I use a widescreen monitor for my main central monitor. So my YouTube videos I either make them ultra wide or I use the space. And I've decided a while ago I just use the space. So okay, so I am going to go to first thing to terrain and turn it off. So I've just got the grid. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and use the pattern shape tool. I'm going to pick something I'm probably not going to use. Nice bright white works. And then I'm going to switch back to this image. And I'm going to count out sort of the areas that we want. So I'm going to say this area is 4 by 4. Okay, so that room is a 4 by 4. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go 1 down from the top. I gotta figure out where center is. This is 20, so it should be 10 is the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. That looks right. So we're gonna go 2 over from there, and we're gonna build a 4 by 4. And that should be our room. And then I'm going to assume that the stairway is going to take up 1 one space there. What am I doing here? Oh, going back over here. Okay. So that stairway is gonna be, I'm gonna make that like 10 feet, but I'll probably try and stylize it. I don't know. We'll see. Let's assume if that was 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it lines up with that. Let's give it 2 extra on that side. Okay, so and then I didn't look how deep it was, but I went 6 there. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I should go even a little bit deeper. Like that. And I'm just trying to get basic layout, if you haven't figured that out, what I'm doing here. So there's a room there off to the side, and then another... Okay. Huh. So... let's assume that's the turbo lift. And then for the pod... like that, and I'll fix the rooms the way they're shaped and such eventually. I'll also redo the flooring when I know what I want to do. Okay, so let's give it a space there in between. And then we're gonna go and figure out the main room. Okay, so it's that wide, and it's square for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Part of this is probably just sounds like me talking to myself, but okay. And I hope that isn't too weird. So if these are the same size, these bulkhead doors, this doorway is going to be the same size as that one. And they aren't really doorways. But this worked out pretty well, so they're both like this. And then for, you know, what do you call that, where things line up? Symmetry is the word. So then we're going to go up 1, 2, I think we made these 3, I counted these as 3 on purpose so that they would be 10 feet wide on the map. So we're gonna go like that. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure I could do another space here and like fill this with whole space, but I haven't figured out what I want to do exactly for that, how I want to make it look like a ship. So the rest of this is going to come down like this, at least that was the plan. But now that I'm getting there, like if I do a circle and it's like that, I don't know that it looks quite right. Like I feel like it could go, I could go one more space. So if I do undo here and I go, I feel like that looks better. In which case I need one more space down here. And I gotta think of now, if I view, So the way I've got this, yeah, this should be, see, obviously I counted wrong because I wanted things to be a lot wider in the center. I was giving it more space. So we are going to instead, now we're gonna use a different color because we're gonna build things differently. Oops, I've got the I'm gonna build this 3x3, and then I'm gonna build no, wait. Before we do that, I'm gonna delete some of these layers. Okay, go back to what I was doing. Again, I'm using the pattern shape tool to build the floor. So and now I'm definitely going to need to build further down, but I'm going to keep this where it was, in which case I need to delete it now. Or do I? I may just keep this section the way it is, which actually gives me room if I'm going to add like tunnels that lead to that are underneath, that lead from back here to the lower bays. You'll be able to see them if I build things the way I want. So for now, I'm gonna go through and just click on this stuff and change the color just so that I kind of realize, oops, what did I just do? I moved that. I didn't mean to move it. Okay, let's go back to our pattern shape tool. We want a circle, and if I go like that, that looks way more like a circle than I definitely want. So I'm going to undo that, and I am going to go to change map size, and I'm going to increase by, oh, let's do 4 tiles so we have room, and then we'll try this again. That's the shape I want right there. That looks pretty good. So that would mean 1, 2, open bay, 1, 2, open bay, 1, 2. Yep, that looks right to me. It's the right width. It's about the right length. It might be a little too elongated. Let's look at the map again. See, this looks more circle-ish than what I have, so maybe I did go a little too long if I'm trying to be accurate. So I'm going to undo that, and now I'm going to go back to change map size, and I'm going to go back 1 tile is all, and then do this again. There we go. And I can fix that and that really easily. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and save this, and we're going to call this ISD bridge. Okay, so now we got to start thinking about what I want to use for the actual like deck. I can't remember if this one, yeah, this one's got built-in grid lines. I don't really want that. I mean, now one of these 3 will work for down below in the bridge areas, but not for what we have planned. believe this is just basic ungridded gray, which might actually work. It has very little texture, but and then we can add, like, if I want to add, I can add these like black lines and such to make it look stylized and cool. I think that's what I'll do. So just so I know, I'm going to come back and I'm going to use the concrete, I guess is what it's called, for the actual layer. But before I do that, I want to build the walls. So I'm going to use the wall tool, and I believe it is... I always have to find it. No, it's in here. Oh, there it is. It's this AP00 wall panels. It works great for Star Trek walls on ships and stuff. I've used it in all of them. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a nice gray. And then I'm going to copy this out. And I like to keep my notes in OneNote. So, ISD bridge walls. So that I can copy and paste that in as I need to. Okay, so we are just going to use the wall tool, and we're going to start, I think we'll start up here at the top, and I'm going to do a short section really quick just to, okay, so I want this cool like texture on the inside, because you'll see there's like a textured side and a not textured side, so I want to know where that is. And we're going to go all the way around. And right here is where we're going to switch to unsnapped, because we want a curved wall, and it's better to do lots of little points than do the like snap to grid. You're not going to get a curved wall if you do that. Okay, now I'll turn back snap. And if you didn't know that you could turn snap on and off in the middle of a wall, you do now. It's a useful thing. Okay, we're gonna turn snap off again, and we're gonna make lots of little areas here. Now, we may end up coming back and moving these so that we can get windows to fit on them, because you kind of have to have like a long section that's fairly straight in order for the window tool to be like, okay, we'll put a window there, fine. Dungeon Draft can be a little snippy about where it puts windows and doors. I literally had to move some stuff, or like move some walls out of the way on the YT 2400 map that I did, just to get the map to like allow one of the doors to go where it was supposed to go. Bing. Okay. Walls are done. This is a good point to save. Okay, so now that we've got that, I'm going to go ahead and use this tool. Oops. I'm going to use the pointer tool and select all of the ground that we put in and get rid of it. And you might be going, why is he doing that? Because I want to redo all of it. Okay, and save. Okay, so now we've just got our walls. Remember, I said concrete. Oops, I have to actually go pick the pattern shape. Here we go, and concrete is selected. Okay, I don't want a circle. I don't want a square. I want to be able to click points. So, should we start with the hard part or go on to the easy part? I guess we could start with the easy part. I'm gonna try and do this all in one piece, but I gotta think about how I do it. Give me a second here. I don't have to do it in one piece. I really don't. It might be too hard to do in one piece anyway. In which case, if I'm not gonna do it in one piece, I might as well just do what I had before. Except I just realized I screwed up already. Okay. It's this room that's the weird one, because I want those bays to actually be there. So let me go back over to my map here. Not that map. I'm just gonna close some of these other ones. Okay. So the bays are gonna go all the way up to there, all the way to the back. That's what I thought. Okay, in that case, so here's the edge of a bay. Oh, I have the wrong tool. It's like I clicked. And let's get rid of snap, because we're gonna start doing some curving, and we're doing this all freehand. I think I went, yeah, I think I went too far. I wish there was a way to go back. There is not. Okay, pattern shape. Okay, so snap on. I might. Okay, snap. I'm gonna start curving already. Yeah, I'll turn snap back on now. Okay. And snap off. Okay, now and you might be watching this going, what the heck is he doing? Oh, I can't zoom in right now. There we go. Had to hold down control. So some of you may be thinking several steps ahead, and some of you may be going, what the heck is he doing? So to clarify, what I'm doing is I'm making the floor so that there are two empty areas where the lower bridge would be. I can turn snap back on now. And if I did this right, aha, I did. So now I can adjust these with the edit points button to make them match. Oops. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, I have snap still on. I was like, what is going on? I kind of like the curve on the other side there better, so I'm trying to match that. I could just move this straight down with snap on. Well, let me turn snap on. And then delete that point. Delete that point. Okay. Now turn snap off and there. I'm literally trying to match the points on the other side because I figured that'll get me the best match. This one needs to come out a little bit. That's pretty dang close. Close enough, at least. Okay, so the plan is to actually have the another level using the level system underneath this that will show through. And I'm not sure if I'll do it in Dungeon Draft itself. I mean, I will make the map the lower level in Dungeon Draft, but I'm not sure if I will make the see-through effect in Dungeon Draft itself, or if I'll do it in Photoshop, because sometimes I use one or the other. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and fix this too. We're just gonna start dragging some points. Yeah, that works. That works. That works. Huh? There we go. I was gonna try and do the whole map with that. Whatchamacallit? Like the whole floor with one piece, but I decided it was just too hard. Okay, we are going to use the path tool with one of these black lines that I've got. Is that a shadow? That's a shadow. I want a black line. Black medium. We'll try black medium. Is snap on? Snap is not on. Ooh, that's just about right. And I'm stopping them after a line. Except for this one, which we now have to curve. And we're going to do it in very, very small increments so that it matches the curve. And that is to, let me move this. Can I move this down? No, I can't. Can I zoom out? That is to match. Okay, I got to zoom in then. Match, see how there's like a black line around the floor there? And then I'm going to do some other black lines here in the front to kind of decorate the area. But there's a black line sort of around the bay. There, you can see it there. Okay, let's do the other side now. We'll start with the curve this time. And I'm clicking like probably 2 or 3 times every and now I'm going to turn snap on. Every square. Now when you get to the end so that it doesn't curve, you have to hit enter and end the line. Okay, so there's our black lines around that. I want to try and mimic what they have decoration wise. I think this is the large black line, or extra large. That one's a small. Let's try large, and we're gonna go okay, it says user layer. Okay, that's fine. So there's that big black line. And Let's use some small lines. I think this one was the small. Now, if I really wanted to, I could have made this thicker, this area at the back here, but I did not. We'll use some... let's go ahead and go back to the large and put a line here, and then we'll do the extra large and put a line here. And this is all just to kind of decorate the floor so that it looks similar to at least how it looks in the source picture I'm using. And I know you can't see all of it unless I zoom way in, and then you can kind of see what I'm going for with the effect. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me see if I can. I'll have to zoom in a little bit more. You can see more of the like the floor pattern. I'm gonna try and copy these little unique black lines here. I don't think I have anything quite like that as a pattern. I have some weird arrows from one of the Cyberpunk ones. I honestly, when you have this many assets loaded, it's hard to know what's from what's what. It's just that's just a black line. That's a fence. That is another black line. That is more interesting fencing. Whoa. Oh, okay. There is a group. That was some sort of gray line that perfectly matched. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go back up to our lines, and we'll use the medium. And I'm going to put like a line like this and a line like this, and then I'm going to use the small line, and I'm going to turn off the snap, and I'm going to try and go around and make it look cool. That's not how you do that. Okay, but if I curve it that much, it's going to look strange. Okay, we're going to try and make this as straight as possible. That looks funky. Okay, so... Oops, I just undid the... redo. Okay, let's try this again. And actually, we may need to make those thicker than the medium for this to look like right. I think we will. Okay, let's do large. Oh, that's the extra large. We'll see what extra large looks like. Snap. See, that might actually look better for what we're trying to do. Okay, enter. And enter. And then we'll go with the small. And we got to get rid of snap. Okay, so we'll start 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna go up first. And we got 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And enter. Okay. That one's not far enough over. Okay. That looks not too bad. It looks like what I'm trying to match. On this though, it might be hard to see the fine details on the like when I'm doing that. I don't know in the video if you can see, but I'm trying to match the corners up pretty well. It's not going to be perfect, but that's close enough. Okay, back to our path tool. Now the question is do I think I can copy? I could try and copy one of these. Copy, pastes, and then oops, yeah, see, and that's gonna, it doesn't, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. It wouldn't undo, there we go. It doesn't like to be, they don't like to be moved from the spot that they're in. At least lines don't, paths don't. Not when they're really super skinny like that. So we're just gonna have to do the same thing we did before, which is a little bit tedious, but okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops, I clicked. I didn't want to click. I gotta get it into a spot that there's not any of this weird black line showing. Yeah, it's gonna leave it there. Okay. Well, sometimes Mac making just takes a little bit of patience. If you want it to look the way it looks. Okay, this time I remembered to click enter and not click my mouse button. Right. That one's better. I don't even think I'll take the time to fix that. I think that I'll try. I'm gonna save first. Can I move this? Will it let me move it down just a little bit? There, that's pretty good. Okay, back to the path tool. Do the other end. Why? Oh, I don't know why my mouse looks like that. I didn't do it. I mean, I did do something, but I don't know why it... Why? Why dungeon draft? Hey, it's back to normal. Okay. I might add some more decorations, but for now, the floor is pretty well decorated in the pattern that is seen here. Okay. So, I've got that done. Let's go look at our other map. So, we have the hologram pod and a bunch of computers on these walls, which are not curved on my map. And we're going to fix that, because I just realized it. But I did that for a reason. I want to put these computers in first, so that I can match the wall to the computers. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So we're going to put some computer consoles in. And I may even move... let me look at that map. Yeah, I'm going to move this wall out. So, first let's do the computer consoles. So, I like searching by console. Now, there are some really great, like, computer console art, but they've got this red junk on them. This looks like an Imperial computer console. It's wonderful. I need to find it in the assets and somehow extract it and get rid of that red crap they've got around it. I don't know why they decided to do that. It makes it less useful. But they've got other consoles. These are circular and look kind of right. There's an L-Cars console if you want to throw some Star Trek-y looking consoles in your map. That one honestly looks like perfect, but I want it like right here, because I'm going to bring those walls out. I'm going to look at some other circular consoles. You can also search by computer and find some different ones. Those are all fairly straight though. I think this is maybe our best bet. And to be honest, most of your players are going to be like, that's a fun. If they recognize the difference, they'll go, oh, that's a, Star Wars console. And the rest of your players will be like, okay. Okay, so now that I've got those where I want them, now we're going to go back to the wall tool, and we're going to click on edit points, because we're going to start, first we're going to move this wall in a little bit, and then pick a spot, pick a spot, pick a spot, and then we'll turn snap back on and snap to there. And now we're going to do the same thing over here. Snap off. Move this one. Whoa. Move this one in a little bit. And we'll turn snap on just to make sure It looks like it snaps right to that grid. And then we'll move out and make sure that they look like a nice curve. They look pretty good to me. I mean that we were using them. I was using the back of the computer console as a reference point. So, okay, now we're going to switch to the pattern shape tool. Edit points is already on. We're going to turn snap off because now we need to move this in a little bit. Oops. Okay. I'm going to turn snap back on because I'm going to put a point right there. Okay. And it was because this was all. Okay, so grab this point. Grab this point. I technically don't need to go all the way back to the wall, but since I'm going to save this dungeon draft file and somebody else will invariably use it because I'll share it like I've been sharing the other ones. I want them to have the benefit of the walls being, you know, or the floor going all the way out to the walls so that it looks nice on their map. They don't have to fix it. Okay. So this is supposed to be a hollow thing, and this is the turbo lift. I don't remember having a good... What is that? See, you search for lift and you get these weird things. What is that? Life pod open. Life pod closed. Have no idea what... Lift. It says that's a lift. Oh, is it? I think that's like a modern, like a winch lift, and those are the bars. Okay, so I searched for lift, that didn't work. Turbo. Turbo finds beds. It's because I have fuzzy all the way over here. Interesting. I didn't find anything. Okay, I know there's some elevators. What the heck? What is this thing labeled? Detonator. Oh, is that's a thermal detonator? Haha, that's awesome. I didn't know that was in here. There's always some stuff in the Star Wars one that I don't know what it is or where it came from. Okay, so there are these elevators that are more modern, and then that's like supposed to be the inside of an elevator. I may just use this because it works. I don't know if I can find something under barrel. I mean, that kind of could be a turbo lift. No. See, that to me looks like if I make this slightly more pronounced red, that looks like our I'm going to turn the shadow off. That looks like our hologram. I may make it even like light blue. Let's go really bright blue. See how it looks. Yeah, see that to me immediately like looks like the hologram pad or whatever that Vader... Why? Oh, I'm already at the maximum size for this object. That Vader kind of knelt on. And I'm going to assume that it's on a regular Star Destroyer. It's smaller than the one he used on the Super Star Destroyer. Too small. See, now that could be a turbo lift, maybe, I guess. Doesn't really... I'd have to add like a door or something. It depends on if you want it to look circular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go... I'm going to build off of the elevator that we had. because it's already got doors. And then I'm going to go back to that barrel. This one, I think. That one, that's as big as I can get it, huh? What about this one? Yeah, that one's even smaller. I really need, and it might be out there and I just haven't looked for it, but I've noticed in the last few days that I really need just a basic shapes asset pack that everything's colorable and they're all just basic shapes with no outline, because then I can like layer 100 different shapes and build what I need if I don't have the asset. I could use these curves maybe. That's too big. There we go. Okay, let's see what this looks like when I do it. Okay. And then either this one or I kind of like this one better. I mean, at first glance, that's what that looks like to me, is a turbo lift or some sort of elevator between the doors and the inside. It's at least circular looking. Good enough for me. I feel like there needs to be another computer console here, but communications consoles. And see, that looks like a door to me, like that door goes somewhere. So I'm not going to put another, I think I'm going to put a door there, whether it actually goes somewhere or not. On our map, it's not going to go anywhere. Let me make that clear. Now, I found a door that looks like more like a Star Trek door, but it also the doors that you would find on that we saw in the whatchamacallit, the Death Star in the first movie, that look like they open and slide. Where was that? Here it is. They look like they slide open. Oh my gosh, I've still got something there. What the heck? There's a line there or something. Nope, there's not. I don't know why. Let's try that again with the door. Why is it doing this? What the... Okay, so when Dungeon Draft starts doing weird things, relaunch Dungeon Draft. In case you didn't know. Oh, there, if I lean way back, you can see over my shoulder here, Han Solo in Carbonite. It actually, I think my mom got me that for my birthday when I was like 20 something, and it actually has a switch on the side you can turn on and it lights up. Okay, let's try that again with the door. Hey, look, Dungeon Draft is acting normal again. Okay, so we're gonna put a door there for sure. Oddly enough, there's not a whole lot of doors on our map here, but there are doors up there in that main corridor. So let's put a door. I'm not a big fan of double doors, big huge double doors, so I'd rather just put like a door here and a door here, and then like a door in the center. These doors are actually going to get used, which is why I didn't center them between two whatchamacallits. While we're at it, I like this window for windows. We'll see. It looks like it's gonna be. Oh no, not down here. It's not gonna play nice. I may have to move some things around. So I gotta figure out exactly how far the windows go. Because they don't start right away, like right at the curve. So I think we'll start them right here. And I'll get as many windows as I can without having to move things around too much. Let's start over here. Already it's being weird. This is what I was talking about when I said I might have to move the walls around to get the windows to play nice. So you got to switch back and forth, and you got to make sure edit points is on. So for instance, oh no, we don't want snap. I'm gonna move this way down here. Delete this point. And move this one. Give it plenty of space. Something's wrong. Oh my gosh. I can't drop it. Okay, let's click to another window and come back. Nope. Okay. Once again. Sure, we'll save. I don't know what's gonna happen. Look at that. It's trying to save and it can't. Okay. One more time. Open. I probably shouldn't have saved. Could have corrupted everything we did. We'll see what it did. Well, that's there. Okay, it didn't save at all. Okay, so let's go back here and before we start putting windows, we will just do the wall thing. Edit points. Let me select the right wall and put in the right color. Let me make sure I got that copied. Copy. Okay. Paste. Accept. Because that may have been what the problem was right there. Is that? Let's see. I think we can delete that point. We can delete that point. We can delete that point. Delete that point. Move. Oops, I got snap on. Move this one. Here. Delete. 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 Okay, so I deleted some points, which makes it a little bit blockier, but that's because we want windows. So let's try this one more time. Let's see, we'll start here. Whoa, what just happened? Try that again. Nope. Something weird going on with the walls. Okay, yeah. Okay. I didn't close Dungeon Draft down all the way, so. Hey, there we go. This is not working out well with the windows. Okay, so we're gonna undo all of that. And I gotta think for a second how I want to do. I may do the windows manually. Unfortunately, because we did the walls the way we did the walls, if I want to get rid of this wall and just leave it like a blank edge, I have to delete the whole outer wall. At least I don't know of a way not to do that. So let me save again. And I think that's what I want to do, is leave this blank from like here to here, all the way around, no wall at all. So I shall click on you and delete. Which, hey, look, our color's already there. That's nice. Oh, no, that's because we just did it. If I go to the wall tool and select it, yeah, it's going to do white. Paste. Okay, so we are going to start right here and go around and do the walls again. Yay. So much fun having to redo these. I'll come back and do those two corners with the edit points. I want to get this same thing with this curved wall. For a second there, I debated stopping and doing something different around the turbo lifts, but I decided no. Okay, so now these will be blank, and I can do the windows manually, and then I can use almost any asset I want. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and edit points. Snap off. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I need a point right there, and then I can move this one there, there. Lots of points is better than no points. I don't know why I just said that. Lots of points is better than no points. Doesn't even make sense. Okay. Lots of points is better than no points. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I was trying to say. Lots of points is better for these curves, for sure. I mean, there's such a thing as too many points, but whoa, that was weird. Watching the wall kind of like snake. There, it does it again. Oh, that's so weird, creepy. Okay. That looks funky. I don't know why. Not enough points or something. It's just not smooth. That's better. Okay. Still looks off from a distance. It's curved more at one end than the other. Whatever. I'm good with it. It is strange. There is something strange about it. I don't know why. It may just be because this thing is not quite centered, and therefore the curve isn't centered. Okay, let's try it again. Huh, that's a little bit better. Better. At least, I don't know. I'm gonna drive myself insane trying to get that right. Okay. So, now that we're not doing windows, at least not that way. The other way I could do windows, just to show you, if you turn off this anchored thing and you do freestanding, you could just put the windows in manually without a wall. I wish there was a way to change the size of windows, which is weird because I know there is a door somebody made. I don't know how they did it. It's one of these fences. There's like a double door somebody made that is huge. Where is the fence one that I'm thinking of? There's like, there's a fence that's like three blocks long. It's like 15 feet long. I wish I had windows that were like that. I wish somebody would make some of the windows more like that. But these work really well for like Starship windows, I think. You could also use, like, if you have the stained glass ones, these kind of can look kind of cool. These are okay for smaller windows, I think, but like they're kind of busy for a large window. These ones are okay too, but I kind of, like I said, I like this one it's called AP01 Portal Energy Field. It just, in my head, looks like a starship. And if you do them manually like this, you can make them overlap, which actually does look cleaner. So that one, there's more of a curve there. And I wasn't watching. There we go. You kind of have to look at both ends so that you can see that you're covering up and following the curve. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but does look nicer when it is. So if you want, and unfortunately, unlike objects, the windows don't do a like slight turn. See, that's, again, there we go. With objects, you can hold down Z and do, like, you can turn it a little bit less in like micro increments. Although I think these are still already turning in micro increments, so that might be why it doesn't do that. If the fact that these are not like completely matching up with the like the grid is bothering you, I don't know what to tell you. You can space them out more, but I know that'll bug some people. I do usually leave the grid on when I'm making a map, but to be honest, I don't play with a grid, with the dungeon draft grid that is on. I use the ungridded versions because I generally play using Fantasy Grounds, and Fantasy Grounds has its own grid system. So, and if you keep watching at the end of this video, when I import this into Fantasy Grounds, you will see it. Okay, so for this last area, we're gonna see what happens here for this last little bit. Yeah. Does it look weird? Yeah, it does. Do I care? Not that much. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. I'll know that little fatal flaw over there, but you know, I'll be the only one, and those of you who watch this will be the only ones. But now we've got windows all the way around, and yeah, it looks nice, at least to me. Nicer than it was working out. So, next step is to fill in this room and this room. And so we're going to go back to our little map over here. Weapon station and defense station. And it says viewports. I don't know why there would be viewports here. Maybe they mean like... Unless this whole structure is supposed to stick out. Maybe there's more windows over there. That actually kind of makes sense. That there's... And then that's why these are marked as outer hull. Viewports. That makes sense. That, like, okay, so maybe that's where... This is where the guy was sitting. No, I don't know. Yeah, no, that makes sense. There were windows on the side of the bridge. It makes sense to me in my head. So I'm going to turn anchored back on, and I'm going to put some viewports here, some windows on both sides. I'm going to put grid snap back on too, so I get... So those are on both sides. Which means that this whole thing kind of sticks out from the front, and then the actual like ship is here. That's cool. I like it. Okay, so let's go back. We have computer consoles here, here, probably. But I'm going to look at the map. So this side is supposed to look like weapon stations. This side's supposed to look like defense stations, which I take to mean like shields. So we're going to go to our objects. Again, we're going to go to... I'm going to do computer first. So under computer, you do have these. That they do kind of work as computers. And there's like one with one computer, and then there's one with two computers. And if you unsnap and you make it a little bit larger, that honestly could work there. You could also put something like this in, which is kind of what I was thinking is for this area, for the defense side. That actually looks pretty good like that. I'm going to go ahead and just place that there. For the weapons side... But now, do I have... Here's the question. Do you have computers on both ends? And I think just for reasons, yes. But I'm going to go ahead and search by console again. And so we could put a freestanding console here. We could do one of these Imperial things right here that has all the red. It looks... I still think it looks kind of funky. So I don't want to do it. We could do one of these consoles. I've used these before for some of the Starship stuff. Could fill this whole area like this. These look like more like the dashboard of a freighter or something like that. We already used those. I don't want to use those again. These are more like what I'll probably end up putting down here, only smaller. And actually, those other long consoles I'll probably use down below, so I don't want to use those up here unless I have to. We could leave those blank. They're blank on our actual map here. Those look like, honestly, like doors. I could put doors there. And, let me see. If I do that, let me think. If I put a door there and a door there, I do stairs. Yeah, those could be yet another way down to these bays. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and grab our portal tool and our door. Now, I'm going to show you another reason why I like these doors. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on one of them because I didn't before. They've got little like access card pad things or whatever. Like when you're zoomed way in, they look like they've got some sort of. Where was that other one? Back over here. Oh, it undid our doors that we put back here. It undid all of our doors when I had to reload. Okay, so here and here and here, and I'll go ahead and save. So now we've got all of our doors. So yeah. Okay. So let's put in our other computer on the other side for the get rid of snap. So the question is, how do I want to do this? It's a little big. Let's go back to computer. I could do one of these. I think these look they're just too busy for. I don't want to repeat this one unless I have to. I wish some of these were a little bit colorable. I can go ahead and use this one. I think it does look the best for what we're looking for. And sorry, I got people sending me messages. Okay. Sorry about that. I just wanted to check and see what they were saying. It's not important, or at least not right now important. Okay, I could have used this, but I would have had to have made it a lot bigger. This looks more like a data pad, like sitting on a desk or something. Okay, I'm probably going to use these down below, up the center. Yeah, I'll use the 3x3, I think. Quite a few of them for those lower bays. Okay, I think the last detail we need is stairs. So I use, and I don't even know where I got it. Stairs path. I wish there was a way to tell you which that's too wide. Okay, escape path tool. Let's go to 4. I wasn't sure if it matched the width. It does. So if I go to just there, that doesn't look right. That's the wrong direction. Okay. No, that was the right direction. The other way around. So now we've got these stairs that go. It's just a couple of stairs. And maybe I'll add another one right here. See, that's the problem. Okay, that's what I thought. I knew there was a reason. On these, if you make the width wider, the actual stairway. Okay. Path tool. can't remember how. There was a way I did it so that I didn't get these lines. Oh, I know what I did. I went 1.1, I think. See, but then they overlap. But it looks okay. I don't know why. It looks like rivets or something to me. It looks like natural. So, did I put that stairway in the right spot? No, it's supposed to be back up there. So we gotta undo that anyway. Okay, so the stairway is supposed to be right here. Yeah. Okay. And then where's our black lines? I think the large one. Nope, too thick. Okay, let's undo, escape. Just like that. I still have my path width a little high. Just adding a little bit more floor decoration just to break things up. Let's go extra large. Oops, enter. And then, oops. Okay. I actually like the way that looks with the floor decorations. I'm wondering if I need another floor decoration back there. I don't think so. I think it looks good. Okay, so we got our computers, we got our stairs. I think we have all of the details for this level of the map. So here's what we got to do now is we got to make the lower level of the map, which is going to be a couple of hallways that come off of these two doors, and they aren't going to go very far. I think they maybe will go out by 2 and then all the way down, and then there'll be another one comes over. So first thing we got to do is create another level. So create, we're going to call this sub level. We don't want to clone this level. I could just to make things easier, but then I'd end up spending 20 minutes deleting everything. I'm just going to remember that where the center is, which is right there. And I'm going to move up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to switch back to the ground. So okay, so 1, 2, 3, and over 2. Just to remember. Now we're going to go to our ground, or our concrete that we used before. I think that's the concrete. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what I thought. Okay. Then down 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Hold on. I lost count already. Okay. 1, 2, 3 and over 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3 over 2. So now here's the quick test. Right here, opacity or ground level. Yep, that lined up. Okay, so now we need to go from there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 squares down. Okay. So, luckily it has a nice on-screen counter. That should be 18 squares, but I can't see. 18 squares. And that's our hallway. Sort of. Okay. We're gonna do the export trick again. Oops. Ground. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make that solid. Okay. Now, here's the thing. We gotta do this again. Ground. Do we just draw a circle? I think that'll be the easiest way. A circle that only goes out about 1 square. Because I don't want to make these the same, like, I don't want to make the floor below the same size, because in these views, there is a little bit of under, like when you look at the movies, they kind of sit under these computers right here, and there's guys lined up, but there's not a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot of space, so I don't want to go too far out. So we're going to do, oops, what did I do? I did something wrong. Oh, I probably started from the wrong point. Let's start from here. And that looks good to me, but we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to test it again. Yep, that's exactly what I was looking for. So now there's going to be like a hallway here, and the computers will start right here. And so we need a hallway here. Let's see. How do we do a reference here? It won't let me measure right here. I can use my finger. No, let's see. Where would we want to count from? Oh, from here is good. Okay, so actually that's just about perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over from there is where our doorway is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I didn't want a circle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's make sure I did that right. Yep, our stairways are in the right spot. So I'm gonna probably go down, yeah. Okay. And then nice. This is turning out a lot better than I thought. Okay, so now what are we doing again? Of course, we're doing walls again. Hey, that's still in there. great. And I'm on edit points. I don't want to be on edit points. At least not until we get down here. Which means I'm going to start from down here just to make it... Let me use snap to grid as much as possible without doing it more than once. Okay, now we'll turn snap off. And you guys have seen me do this a bunch of times now, but you're going to get to see me do it one more time. Luckily, this lower floor, we don't have to edit the flooring. Our little circular area here matches up with the sides just right, and we don't have any weird areas that we need to take care of. Yeah. Okay, so what am I missing? I'm lost for some reason. Okay, so we need doorways here at the top and here and here, and then we need stairways on both of those. Nice. Okay. So we're going to do doors. We got the right door. Right. Oh, let's snap, 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 snap. And now we need our path tool and the stairs. And we're going to go like that and like that. Nice. Okay, just for reasons. Obviously, if you've downloaded my tool, my map, and you're changing up, you can delete these if you want. But I'm gonna add some extra doors in here, like they lead off to additional rooms. So I'm gonna do one here and one here, and then I'm gonna mirror that on the other side. And then I'm gonna have a door here. I may actually come back and add some rooms in here if I use this map, because maybe I want to add some other things. So these stairways go up, just like the stairway on the upper level that's like right here goes up. So we don't need any other doors. At this point, everything else is for like decoration, because we've got the basic layout. So as I said, down here, I think I want to add some of this kind of flooring because I think it looks cool and it'll look really cool showing through. I think that's a little bright though. So what I'm going to do on these ones, you can change the color and make it, I think that's the one I want, the all nines. Make it less bright, the color of the whatever you want to call it. And just because I might use this as a 2-layer map, there we go, like that. But for now, I'm not intending to necessarily use it as a 2-layer map. This is built to be, at least when I'm done, my intention is that this will actually look like a single map, and you'll see what I mean when I'm finished. But I think most of you have caught on to what I'm doing. Let me go ahead and do, and I'll switch these around. So ground and sublevel. That is the idea. Whoa, wait, why is... Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay, ground. I was doing it right the first time. It's going to show through like that. That's why I have to do it That's why I'll probably end up making the finished version in Photoshop, but because I want to make the ground level solid, but the sub level I want it to be like, oh, you can do it there. I didn't realize they added this focus thing here, so I want to make it slightly blurry. But I gotta figure out here. Okay, so I believe. Hold on. Let's go 50. Okay, so our edge. The edge of the. Okay, so if I start the computers there, one down, and right in. Okay. I just need to know where to do computer. And we got snap to grid on, which is fine. Can we fit 3? I want a space in between so it looks like yep. 1, 2, 3. And let's just look what that looks like. Do I need more details at this point? Ground. I mean, that looks like it's beneath. If I make them fuzzy. Wish I could zoom in. I don't know why it's not letting me zoom in. I like the way this looks. I may go to 75 on how blurry it is down below there. It looks nice. I'm also thinking in my head how it'll look to a player when I add the line of sight lines in Fantasy Grounds. Because they're not going to see like this square or this square. They're not even going to see down these stairs or through this door unless they open the door. But they will see this area because I'm not going to blur that out. I do see a minor issue right here. I need to move the flooring back a little bit because I don't want that little gray to show through. So I'm going to fix that with the flooring tool, which I was hoping I wouldn't have to use. So, oops. Edit points, and we'll move these back a little bit. Just, oops, I have edit, or I have snap on. Always forget, don't I? So we're just gonna move everything down just a tiny little bit. Still make it nice and curved so that when somebody else comes along they can do what they need to make this map their own. Okay, let's try that again. Export. Ground. That looks good. It's not super perfect, but I like that this is slightly blurry down below there. It looks like a bridge. I'm going to go ahead and export this with a grid on. Oh wait, before I export, I'm gonna save. Save. I'm also gonna rename, where's my level? I should have done this. So this is bridge. Okay, so save, export. We're exporting the sub-level with the bridge on top. And 2000 by 29,000 or 2,900, I mean. Okay, so export this. This is ISD bridge grid. And grid off. ISD bridge. Okay. So So I'm going to go ahead and leave that open. We're going to close that. We're going to bring up Photoshop. And I'm going to load this sucker up in Photoshop so that we can do a finish. Did I not save PNGs? No, I did. Okay. It just does it for some reason over here in the yeah, it didn't do transparency. What is with you, Dungeon Draft, tonight? Do I not have transparency selected? Oh, okay. So this is an issue that when you use the overlay, it doesn't do transparency. That's why. Why, Dungeon Draft? Why? Okay, so I've got to export a bunch more here. Hold on. Let me delete the ones I already did. Okay, so we're going to do... This is just the lower level. Okay, so grid on. Export. Okay. ISD bridge sub-level grid. ISD bridge sub-level no grid. ISD bridge grid. ISD bridge no grid. Okay. I'll make sure I save again. Okay, well at least this is the right size. So I can just drag these over now. Let's see. We want the sub-levels on the bottom. So, sub-level. Delete that layer. Yay, there's some. Okay, sub-level with a grid. Bridge. And bridge with a grid. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and, where is it? Rasterize layers. So they're normal layers. Not layer objects or whatever they're called. Okay, here is where it's gonna get interesting. Star Destroyer top down. Ooh, that one does look cool. How big is that? That's plenty big. This one also looks really cool. Oh, that's a Lego one. Okay. Find somebody else's. I want the top-down one. Where's the top-down one? That's the bottom. There's the top. Open. Oops. Open a new tab. Okay, that's good enough for our purposes. I think detail-wise. And open that up. I'm gonna go ahead and delete. Well, I don't think it's gonna matter actually. Okay, so Control A. Actually, wait. Before I copy, image, rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Yep. Control A, Control C, and move it to the bottom layer. Come on. Doesn't want to move. There we go. And now we're gonna go insane, zooming in and getting this to kind of like fit. I mean, okay, so you can do this one of two ways. I could leave it the way it was actually, and then it's kind of like an inspiration. You can see the idea that the Star Destroyer is in the background. Like that, and I could do a star field, and then you could see that there's like a Star Destroyer in the background, or even move this out like that, so you see even more of the Star Destroyer with engines like that, and then you know that okay, you're on a Star Destroyer bridge, and I could even make it a little bit blurry. But I think what I want to do is actually like try and get it to kind of match up with where on the Star Destroyer it is, or just look like a whole bunch of metal in the background. I mean, there's the superstructure right there. I mean, for it to be realistic, though, it's going to have to be zoomed in even more. I don't know if I want to do that. We'll find out. Even bigger. Okay, back over here. We got to try and find... There's one of the... whatever they're called, the shield generators. What is this going to look like? Is it going to look really blocky and weird in the background? No, actually it doesn't. See, I'm wondering... Hold on. Let me just turn some of these off. Even on this image, this top-down image, I don't see anything that sticks out like the bridge that we expect. That's why I've always thought the bridge was like out here. That is, to me... Like, even on this image, does that not look like a bridge? Like, it looks like there's windows right there. But, okay, whatever. That's our center line. Oh, I'm not zooming in, I'm just zooming in. Still needs to go bigger. The question is do I like that? I'm not sure. Maybe if we make this like purposefully blurry. I'm not sure I like that background for our map. I think it's too blurry, to be honest. Too, like, we're too zoomed in. I almost want to stick it where I was saying earlier. That looks like a bridge. This area right here. And I may just do that just because, you know what? I'm the map maker and I can. So there's our center line. Okay, yeah, okay, so let's see, I want to go smaller, okay, and then move it back to center. There might be people watching right now going, what the heck is he doing? Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. It looked, so I was looking at these side windows and I was trying to line them up with lines in the background. And you'll notice a lot of the rest of the structure kind of lines up with lines in the background. And I want to sort of see these windows. I know this is strange, but it looks more like that particular area of the map actually like fits. And now it's going to do the transform function again. Okay, now that I've got kind of everything where I want, save this as ISD bridge, yep. And that means I can get rid of all of my temporary files. There we go. Okay, so now to get it the way I want it. So we'll work on the gridded version first. And that means I gotta click on the sub level, and I gotta figure out how much blur I want. So filter, blur. That's not what I wanted. Undo. Filter. It's Gaussian blur, I think, is what yeah, gives you a dialogue. That's pretty good. That 2.5 radius. Can I zoom in? Not while I'm doing this. Can look at other areas of the map though. Those stairs are blurry. The computers are blurry. Okay, let's take it up to a 3 just to see. Oh, that's a little bit better. Yeah. I kind of want it to stand out that it's blurry so that you understand that it's down below. It gives that impression immediately. Okay, so we got to remember that we used a 3 because we're going to repeat it on this level. So filter. Oh, it won't let me because it's not visible. There we go. Filter. Actually, I think I can just click this one and it'll do a 3. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's go ahead and I like sometimes I do save for web because it gives you the access to like changing the file types and such, and doing all sorts of resizing. But in this case, I don't need to, so I'm going to do save as in my finished folder, and I'm going to do JPEG if I can find it. This is grid, so ISD bridge grid, and I don't think I need to do anything else. I am gonna go maximum file size because 2 megabytes for the size that I have is not that bad. On the other hand, I don't know that we need that. Maybe just go to a 10. Yeah, that saves a lot of information. Makes it less than half, and I think the quality will be fine. Okay, so then we're gonna unclick that one, unclick that one, click that one, and that one, and then we're gonna do the ungridded version, which is the version I will actually use. Save as, and JPEG, save. Same thing. Let's look at that. Without grids, I think it's hilarious how much a grid takes. A grid was a third of the file size. That's all it was black lines on the map, or black dots on the map, and that makes up for a huge amount of the file. It's crazy, I tell ya. Okay, right. I can close all this. I am going to now start Fantasy Grounds, and I'm going to actually transition into my Star Wars campaign where this will actually be used, which I record. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to check for updates to resize the window. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I play stretched across 2 monitors when I'm DMing, so that's one of the reasons I'm gonna transition. And big ol' wipe, and now you'll see a lightsaber down the center of the screen, and that's just to fill up space when I'm recording, because I'm only recording sections of my window, so I don't show off all of my what do you call it? All of my like DM screen when I record the YouTube videos. But it's also because my screen is stretched across 2 monitors, so. But I'm going to go ahead and add this map to my Fantasy Grounds folder while we're waiting on it to load. Images, maps, Star Wars, paste. Sometimes Fantasy Grounds is slow. It's probably because I got too much. I was going to say it's because I've got too much stuff loaded, but I don't actually. Not in this game. My Waterdeep game, boy, I've got a ton of modules and stuff loaded. But yeah. But I'm gonna show you all how I add lights and line of sight and stuff to the map in Fantasy Grounds. If you're not a Fantasy Grounds user and you're still watching, you don't have to keep watching because okay, yeah, this would be a problem. What am I loaded in? This is I chose the Waterdeep campaign, didn't I? That's why it took so long to load. I clicked on... Yeah, I did. I clicked on Waterdeep somehow. Okay. Too funny. Silly Vex. Okay, this looks more like what I was expecting with the Star Wars logo in the background. Okay, so images, which you can't see, and assets, which you also can't see. I'm going to move those so that you can see them so you can see what I'm doing. So I loaded up the images window and the assets window. I'm going to go to maps, Star Wars, and there's our ISD bridge. I'm going to drag that over here. And I have a naming convention for where it's by adventure. However, I don't know when I'm going to use this, so I'm not going to use that naming convention right now. I close these windows and move the map window so that it's quite a bit bigger. We're going to set the grid first thing, and the grid should be 100 pixels. And it lined up almost right. It didn't line up with the top right corner like I like, but that's probably because it's 2900, and so it went to the next closest place. I'll just nudge the grid up until it's in the right spot. Is that the right spot? Nope. Close. One. Come on. There. That's probably right. Looks right. Okay. And then the other thing I like to do, because I don't like this gray grid, I change the color. I almost always go with a black grid in Fantasy Grounds. So somewhere along here. But then I change the alpha channel so it's not like an overpoweringly strong grid. I usually go down to like 100, so it's like a light black grid, so that you know where the grid is, but it's not so insane. Okay, next thing we're gonna do and start adding line of sight, and I'm gonna go ahead and start at the top corner up here, and I'm gonna go around, and you have to click in the middle of doorways because it makes it easier to delete the point after you're done. And you'll notice I'm not adding, I'm doing the main layer. I probably will go around, yeah, I think I'll go around for the lower layer, level, that is, sorry, lower level. Or I won't. I may use portals and have them just teleport to the other map. Ooh, I moved the... Oh my gosh, come on. Okay, well, we'll fix that. That should go there. And yeah, we'll do... Actually, yeah, that's what we'll do. This one will go here. This one will go down here somewhere. Okay. And click. Click. We'll keep going. So I haven't used Foundry ever, but as I understand, adding line of sight to maps in Foundry is similar to this. I mean, I can imagine it's pretty much the same in every virtual tabletop, at least the ones that do line of sight, which is, now that Fantasy Grounds has it, I believe it's most of the major ones. Okay, so with these maps, or these windows, I'm going to try and do it as all one window area. So I'm just going to click here and end it. And then start here. Keep going. It's getting... How long have I been going now for? Jeez, this is taking over 2 hours. Did I click in the middle of all of those? I think I did on the other side. I'm just gonna make these one big window. Done. Done. Okay, here, here. Now I could take this wall all the way out to the edge, and I probably usually do, but I started on the inside of the wall or the middle of the wall up at the top, so I'm just gonna stick with and be consistent. I think most of the time I try and show as much of the art as I can, and in this case I don't know, I started with the middle of the wall. Okay, so that's our mostly outer wall. We still have to do this wall right here, which I'm doing right now. Okay. And are we missing any other walls? I don't think so. We are missing windows and doors. I'm gonna do the doors, but they're gonna lead to nowhere. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll do like the stairways. I'll just do something like this. That way, if I do decide to do portals and do the lower level, I will have a place to put the portal. And if you don't know what portals is, it's made by Diablo Bob. It's an extension for Fantasy Grounds that basically will transfer tokens from one map to another when they get dropped on a portal. And then I guess I'll do the same thing here. Let's do something like this. I'm not putting a door there, and in fact I didn't even click in the center there.
So, I don't know. Maybe I was actually thinking when I did that. Doesn't feel like I'm thinking right now. So now I'm going to go around and kind of get rid of all these extraneous little lines. Should be a couple more over here. This was a fairly easy map for those kinds of things. Okay, now let's do doors. We've only got a couple of them. Dun, 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 dun. And delete that. And that's a Fantasy Grounds door. And right there, and we should have one more, I think. All of these doors just go down to the lower levels. Oh no, we have another one right here, the turbo lift door. Okay. And one more right here. Oh, two more. And that one I forgot to... Dang it. Let's see. Can I... I gotta remember how you... There's a way to add a point. And I always forget. Dun dun dun. Okay, well, unfortunately, there is this way. You just delete that point. And you redo. And I've got the door selected. I want to do the wall first. I always try to do the wall first. Okay. I forgot to click here in the center. Okay, now we can do both of these doors. I forgot there was one on each side though. I don't know why. Like I said, I'm getting tired. While I can usually do this, I usually don't do complicated maps like this and record a video and talk at the same time. Okay, now we are on Windows. All the doors are done. Oh, except for that door, which also leads to nowhere. I'm just gonna leave that a wall. I don't even have a map where that goes. If I ever come back and make a map where that goes somewhere, or the one on the other side, there is no one on the other side, then I'll do a portal thing and put a portal right there. Okay, so we've got a window here, and I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna delete that because I realized after I started I need to move the map down. There we go. Now I can see both ends. And window, click, click, and then delete the box in the middle, and it's a window. I don't know that that's super important that it's a window, but it will let the players actually see that there is a background layer. And my players sometimes ask to see the rest of the map without line of sight, especially if they know it's a map I made, because they know I like to add these cool backgrounds and stuff. Again, I don't know why I put all these dots. I'm just gonna make it one big window instead of, I'm gonna do that one big window here too, but I'm gonna do it line by line. I can't use a box. So we're gonna start here, and we're gonna go clicky, 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 and these in between areas make nice little spots to click. Doesn't have to be a perfect curve or anything like on the when you're doing the like walls and floors and stuff when you're making the map. At least not with this line of sight stuff. I don't think it needs to be curved, but it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And if you're watching this and you're wondering, wait, he records his Star Wars sessions, where are his Star Wars videos? We haven't started yet. We haven't even had session 0 where we make our characters. So if you're watching this like when I made... Oh, that was dumb. It's going to delete all those points. I just want to delete this 1 point. Almost undid all that work. There we go. Okay, we got windows. We got walls, doors. I think we're done doing lighting. Or doing line of sight, that is. I want to add some cool lights, though. So, because I like adding lights, because I think it's fun. So, here is my original thought was, what if there is a cool battle going on outside, and that is what is lighting the map? So, we're going to go turn on lighting and line of sight, and then we are going to grab the add a light tool. We are going to turn the brightness down to like 1, and we're going to do dim light. We'll start at 100. Fall off, we'll leave the fall offs alone. Behavior is going to flash. The flash on this first one is going to be 25. I turned it way up. And then, okay, oops. We're gonna imagine these are like turbo lasers flashing. And I'm gonna put it right there. Oh, it's flashing way too slow. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna go 75. Pew, pew, pew. That actually looks pretty cool. Okay. That actually looks cooler than I thought it was gonna look. Okay. Except that I want to change the fall off, I think, to, let's do, no, that's too dim. Okay, so 25. Let's do 40. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, we need another one of these. So I think I did 5 and let's do 35, and then we're gonna change this flash to 85, and we're gonna put it in the same general area. Oh yeah. It's starting to look really awesome. I'm sorry. Okay. And then we need some red lasers, right? Too. This is looking amazing. I wonder, can I move these off the map? I hope I can. I may actually move some of them further away. Do they still work if they're off the map? Wait. I don't know why it doesn't seem like they do. Like only one of them's working at a time, or they're not. Fantasy Grounds is kind of weird about where the lights are. Okay. And I did this with the bright and the dim so that the bright light doesn't seem to come in through the, like the bright light is actually ending way over here. You're only getting the dimming area coming through. Okay. Let's see. I want to add, there's going to be some lighting here in these computer console areas and then here too, but yeah. So I think I'm gonna do that now with the ambient lighting. I'm gonna turn it on. The ambient color being, actually that's not bad. Let me grab a player. Oops. Player characters visible. Oh, I gotta be on the. He does not have dark vision, does he? No, he doesn't. Okay. So the lighting is working. It's dark on the bridge. And he can see. Yeah, it's dark, but he can see. So like if he goes around this corner, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna put him like right here so I can get a good area view of what he can see, kind of. Okay, let's go back to the lighting. I could add a third laser over here as far as like a green one, but I don't want to. I think I want to switch to red lasers. And I just changed one of them to red. Cancel, because I'm still got one of them selected. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And then I'm gonna change this one to flicker at 100. Fallout 1, Fallout 15. This should make it less bright, but I'm gonna put it like right here. And it seems to flash more. And then I'm gonna do another one at 90. And put it like right there. And actually I may move these both so that I'm gonna do one here and one here, and then I'm gonna move one of these ones here. Oh my gosh, I think that looks cool. I'm so impressed with myself, and I probably shouldn't be. I'm wondering if I need lighting on the other side too. If I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move one of these over here, and then one of these right here, and it'll look like that. And it definitely looks like there's a battle going on outside between Rebel forces and Imperial forces. Choo-choo, choo-choo. Just need sound effects. And like all the actors do, I make the sound effects myself. Okay. I still think I want to do... I was thinking I'd do lighting down here, but I think it'd just be too busy. It's already looking like a dance club. If you don't know that it's Imperial Star Destroyer, but I will put like a light on each of these consoles, and then some minor lights on these, but not on the ones down below. If I do anything down below, I think I do like very, very slight like white light. click. We'll see what it looks like. You can see. I think it's too busy. So, I'm going to move that. I'm going to move that one over here. And what was that one at 90? Okay. And then I'll put another one at 75 right next to it. Oops. This one's too far back. There we go. It's interacting with the wall. It's still interacting with the wall somehow. I don't know. That's a crazy, weird interaction there. Sometimes Fantasy Grounds does weird things. When you get too many lights going in. And then I may change this instead to a flicker. Like it's constantly on. In which case... and then change that, the flash 1, 2, 3. And you gotta change the strength of it. 100. And the flash needs to go even faster. Which one's flashing? That one's flashing. Okay, this one needs to be stronger somehow. Let's go 3. Ah, that was why. Okay. Now let's move the flash back in there. And the flash one needs to go 2. And I almost want to change the flash one to like slightly blue. And 4. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay. I'm getting like really into the lighting here. I almost don't know if this needs maybe like a soft blue glow. Let's go 5 feet and 15 feet. None. And light blue. Just right here. Like that. Maybe I'll put it right there. Just kind of a subtle light. Mostly the main lighting is I want the main lighting to be the blasts going on outside. At least that's the idea. Okay, I'm gonna remove this token because he shouldn't be here right now, but and then lock it, and it is ready to go. Ready to be played on. So, I should show you, because of the way I did the walls, I'll drag him back over here. Let me turn on... That is what it'll look like to a player. To this player, in fact. It'll look like that. So there is darkness mostly on the map. In fact, I probably should turn that up. It's a little too dark. But the lighting looks so cool. Okay, so it's a little too dark. Oh, too bright, too bright, too bright. I mean, I can go all the way up here and then just drag the alpha down. That's more of a gray lighting than a blue lighting. Let's do like 150 on the alpha. Let's see how that... Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll leave it like that. Okay. So that's what it would look like to a player. Oops, I clicked off of him. So like if they came in this way from the back of the bridge, came up to here, they were doing their cool lightsaber battle up here, yada yada yada. That's what it'll look like. I think it looks pretty dang cool. Which is what my intention was. So if you're seeing this video, in the doobly-doo below, there will be in the video description a link to the base images. Well, actually, you know what? Instead of doing... Yeah, I guess I will. I'll do the base images, the Photoshop file, and the Dungeon Draft file. So if you don't have Dungeon Draft, you can still use the Photoshop file, and you should be able to use that with even like a freebie imaging software. And then I'll also include the base images that I exported. No, I can't. I deleted them. Never mind. So there's going to be two links. There's going to be the Photoshop file and the... Oh no. There'll be two images. There'll be this image without any of the lighting or sorry. There'll be a link to Imager with two images. One is gridded and one is not. There'll be a link to the Dungeon Draft file, and then I don't need to link the well, I'll link the Photoshop file as well, just because I'm nice. So then you can make whatever version of this yourself that you need to. So thanks for watching this 2.5 hour, almost 2 hour and 45-minute video. This is insanely long for just making a map. I think this may be my longest map making video ever, but it was a fairly complicated map, and we could have made it even more complicated if we'd done something with these hallways over here, like this one, that goes down and wraps around, and we could have made it like a multi-level map, but we didn't. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool looking map. I think it has a whole lot of potential, and I really am really loving this like constant battle outside that's lighting the map. If you wanted to do a Starkiller base version, you could just delete the green lights and just have the red light and like have it flashing and making it intensely red on the bridge like it was in that cool scene. But yeah, I think this map is pretty dang awesome. I hope you guys enjoy it, and that's the end of my video. Good night.